Hi, and welcome back to my podcast, Zoe Dawn at Dusk. It's been such a crazy week. There's really no excuse. I need to be on my shit and post every Sunday, so I'm sorry. And from here on out, I will be making sure that a video is made every Sunday. So thank you so much for joining me this week. It's not Sunday, it's Monday, but I wanted to make sure I got one more video up before the year ended. And yeah, so again, thank you so much for everyone that's joined me, for everyone that is new, for all the people I've told about that are watching, thank you. And if I've never talked to you and you don't know who I am, thank you also for watching. Thank you more, honestly. But anyway, yeah, so let's kind of get into this. I wanted to talk about something differently. I kind of have had my notes ready. I've been ready to talk about it. Obviously, I've missed the last week and I missed Sunday this week. So it is the last Sunday. I think it's the last Sunday. Let's see. Oh no, there is one more Sunday. Well, I already started this one, so I guess we'll talk about something different next week. Anyway, I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. I just thought it'd be kind of a good way to wrap up my podcast, as well as kind of give you some time to figure out what yours are going to be if you've thought about it. And yeah, the definition of a New Year's resolution is a promise to do something differently in the new year. New Year's resolutions can be different for everyone, as they should be. A very common one for people is obviously to start going to the gym. I think that's the biggest one for people. But like eating healthier, some people, like I said, have bigger goals. Some people have smaller ones. Some aren't attainable for some people and some are for others. Like, they really are different. And I feel like some people kind of get a bad taste in their mouth with New Year's resolutions just because they're so kind of made fun of, and they're like, why would you wait for a new year to start something new? And like, I don't know. Some people are just very negative, and some people have had bad experience with New Year's resolutions. Some people just don't have goals. Everyone's at a different point in their life, so maybe some people are just too busy for them. Like, there's many different reasons, but some people are just very negative about it. I know I've had a lot of negative experiences talking about New Year's resolutions, just because people kind of think that people, I feel like, tend to believe that New Year's resolutions are a joke and are unattainable, when in reality it's complete opposite a lot of the time. It depends a lot about the person and the type of goal. So I think, I don't know, I just thought there'd be something really nice to talk about. I've had many different New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions in the past. Some attainable, some not. I thought it'd be fun to talk about them and to talk about my goals this year. So I think I'll talk about my previous goals. I think that the first kind of year I remember, I think I was going to my fresh 8th grade, or 8th grade, yep. It was my 8th grade year. It's like the first goals that I really remember, but I had pages. Like, I literally made up every goal on the book. I obviously had the goals of working out every day, running in the morning. Again, I'm in like fucking 7th grade at this point. I don't know how old I was, but also I had the goals of having my screen time be an hour a day, of being with my mom this much a day, for doing this long of a day. I wish I could find the paper, but I remember it took me like an hour to write out. That's how many I fucking wrote. And like literally the only one I remember is the screen time, the being with my mom, because no, it was with my family because I didn't live with my mom at the time. But yeah, just being with my family. I wanted to completely change who I was as a person, and it's kind of ironic because I really do think, like, as of right now, like, obviously I should be different from 7th grade, but a lot of those goals I had, I feel like I have accomplished, but it was just, like, it was so much to change in 1 year, and I was so hard-headed, and I was like, no, this is all going to change. I'm not going to eat a single bad thing. I'm never going to have a soda again. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that, and I just had these, like, crazy and unattainable goals, and I remember I shared them with some of my friends, and I had a mixture of friends back then. I hung out with some really weird people and some really cool people. But I remember there were some of my friends that were like, oh, Zoe, you're like, yeah, you got this. You can do all of that. Not the best people to have in your life because there's no fucking way I was going to do all of that. There's no fucking way. I also remember there's this kid I was talking to at the time, and I told him my New Year's resolutions, and he made me feel like shit. He was like, you're not gonna, like, I think that's the first bad experience I've had with the New Year's resolution. He was like, no, you're not going to attain any of these. Like, those are stupid. They're just for lazy people looking for an excuse to have a good year, this and that. Yeah, it made me feel really shitty. I mean, he was, at the time, with me. I think that's a very, like, broad comment to make, but for me, he was kind of right. I didn't do a single fucking goal. I really didn't. I feel like me in middle school, like, honestly, from 6th grade to, like, freshman year, I had such unrealistic goals for myself, and I was very lazy. So my New Year's resolutions for middle school and freshman year were pretty, like, unreachable. But, yeah. But I've also had some really good years. I think kind of learning off of that next year. So from 8th grade to freshman year, again, I don't know how fucking old I was, but, yeah, from 8th grade to freshman year, I had one New Year's resolution, and I made it up, like, that morning. I was like, I don't want to drink soda this year. I used to drink a lot of soda in middle school. My dad drinks a lot of soda. My dad loves soda. That man could just live off of soda. He doesn't need to drink anything else, no water, no nothing. He'd be fine. I don't think there's a day that he goes by without drinking one. So I get it from him, and we used to always have soda in the house. So I always used to have a soda. I used to have, like, honestly, like, 2 or 3 a day at times. And so one day I woke up my freshman year of high school, like, going into my before, I don't know, the year after that other one, I made the New Year's resolution of not drinking soda again. That morning I woke up and I'm like, nope. We didn't have any in the house, so I didn't drink any. And then we went to a Nuggets game that night, and I didn't have a single soda, and that was, like, one of the first times, and I felt very, very good about that. And I just remember my dad was so confused. He's like, you don't want one? I was like, no, I'm good, just water. And I stuck to it. I did so good. The only soda I had that entire year is that half of a Coke on my birthday, and that's it. Just because we went to a bazaar, and I was like, ooh, and I had some, and it was good, and I was done. I remember it was good, but it was also very syrupy. Yeah, I don't remember when I started drinking it again. I started drinking a lot of diet soda when I was on my the step team in high school. But other than that, yeah, I still don't drink too much. But I did for a whole year. I didn't drink I drank half of a soda on my birthday. But other than that, I didn't drink one. And I think that was one of the first really good experiences I had with New Year's resolutions, just because it was a specific and attainable goal. Like, that is definitely easier than going to the gym and going to the gym every day and also eating healthier and also sleeping better and also doing this and that. And I just felt very good about it. I also think that I've had years where my goal, like I didn't even make a goal just because, life happens, and there's some years that were harder than others, so I just didn't have a goal. And I think that's okay, and it's important to remember that you don't have to have a New Year's resolution. It doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't, just some people have them, like some people like that, like I think that I like looking at things kind of like weekly and yearly and monthly. So I like New Year's resolutions just because they make sense for me. I also bullet journal. I've talked about this a few times now. So I make monthly goals for myself as well that are a little bit like more specific. And it's easier for me to kind of have that timeline. I know, for example, my mom, she doesn't like thinking too far ahead. It makes her nervous. And then there's other people that kind of just look at every day as almost like one day. I mean, like, that is like, it is a good way of thinking about it. But for me personally, I need a little bit more structure. I need daily goals. Like, I have daily goals I need to accomplish for myself that I write out every week. I'm a very goal-driven person, and like time, like I don't know how to explain it, but I need to kind of have that. So New Year's resolutions are really good for me because it's kind of just like one kind of big overall goal. And obviously my weekly and monthly goals kind of reflect the bigger goal. But I don't know, I like it. It helps me think better. It helps me kind of, I guess you could say, make my mind quieter, just because I always have so many, I need to do this, I need to do this. So it's good for me to focus on one thing at a time. But yeah, this last year, again, I wasn't going to do one. I was just 2023 was a crazy year. So 2024, I remember I guess it was still 2023. It was like one of the last days of work. My boss at work asked me, and asked all of us, he was like, oh, well, what's your New Year's resolution? Like, what's your guys' goals? I went last, and I had to think of one on the spot, but I was like, you know what? Traveling. I want to travel this year. And it's crazy because I didn't think much of it, but I just know that I started traveling a little bit the previous year. I never used to travel. My family wasn't a traveling family. I lived either in Colorado or North Dakota my entire life because my mom lives in my mom's family lives in North Dakota. So that's kind of what, like, I never really went on a vacation. I never went like to Disneyland. I never went to a beach. Like I didn't see a beach until the summer of 8th grade. And I know I know a lot of people still haven't, so I don't mean to say it that way, but just for me, it's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, I never had an interest in traveling. I was always so scared of flying. It just made me anxious. My goal was I wanted to have independence. So my goal in high school was honestly to get my own apartment and just kind of start living life and being like independent, being by myself. But then I met my current boyfriend during my senior year of high school. I worked with him, and for my 18th birthday, he took me to California, and I had some of the most fun ever. Never felt so free. I'll get back to that. I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. Yes, the summer of 8th grade. My dad and my stepmom were in a pretty good spot, and they wanted to I finished off middle school pretty good. I did good grades. I was changing a lot. So they took me to Disneyland, and we went and we spent, I think it was 3 or 4 days in California. We went to Disneyland. We went to a bunch of food places. We went to all these stores. I don't remember where else we went, but it was just so much fun. And I just thought it was wow, this is a whole nother part of my life, not my life, of the world, and just all these people. It was just crazy to think of that. And yeah, like we did that. It was a lot of fun. The flight wasn't too bad. It was nice to kind of my entire like my my goal when I got there was to touch a palm tree. That was my one goal. That's all I wanted to do. And it was just, it's crazy that there's this whole other part of life that I was kind of like missing out on. Obviously, I was in middle school, young. It was fine. My stepmom loves to travel. She travels a lot. Well, not as much anymore, but she used to go to Vegas all the time. That was her spot. She loved Vegas. And she kind of is the one that made me kind of have an interest in traveling. So then back to my current boyfriend, we, for my 18th birthday, jokingly, I was like, I want to go to California. I want you to take me to Disneyland. That man took me to Disneyland in California on my 18th birthday. And that is like the first time, like obviously California before was fun, but it's different when you get older and it's you, like, I was like, damn, like we're really doing this. And like because again, I just turned 18. I'm like, wow, like literally the day I turned 8, like before I was 17, flying by myself to California. And I was just like, holy shit, like this is crazy. It was like a whole nother life, and it was peaceful and all these other people. And I'm sure a lot of you know people in California look completely different than people in Colorado. Same with North Dakota, like it's all different, but I know Colorado is drastically known for like granola, and California is like known for like trendy stuff. So it was just crazy to see all these things and do all these things with the person I love by myself. And I was like, wow, like I feel like a fucking adult. Keep in mind, I still haven't driven by myself yet. Like I've never really been by myself. So this was kind of a shock for me. So then that was a lot of fun. Didn't really think much about traveling. And then when I was 19, so maybe I'm dramatic. I went to Texas with my family for spring break. No offense to anyone, but Texas used to scare me. I used to not want to go. And it's a complete culture shock. Again, Texas is known for just big personalities, and I was scared. I didn't want to go. I was like, no, but I was like, it's fine. I'll be with my family. It's going to be fun. They had a lot of fun. Like, it'll be fun. Like, I thought, I was like, what fun could like Texas be? Like, California has an ocean and all these other things, but was I wrong? I had a lot of fun in Texas. I had oysters, like raw oysters. Oh my God. The best oysters I've had in my life. I also just like, it was just like astonishing to see all of these other like new things, new people, the beach over there. I know this sounds bad, but I didn't know Texas had a beach. I'm like, I guess it makes sense, but I never like put that correlation together. Obviously if I looked at a map, I know, and I know Texas is at the bottom, but like, I just never really thought water, like I don't know. So that was a lot of fun. Again, like, wow, like all these other cool like places are cool. And then so, again, those are like the only 2 places I've been to California, and Texas. Again, I've been to North Dakota before. I've been to South Dakota. My cousin's grandparents have go out there a lot, so we all go out there. But I've also only been to like South Dakota like 3-4 times. But then this year, I said that, and I'm like, no, like I think I want to go travel a lot this year. I was reflecting on that because I never really thought about that again. And I was thinking about when I was thinking about talking about New Year's resolutions, I was like, what was my resolution last year? Well, this year, sorry, confusing, to travel. And I was like, holy, like I did that. This year I have done so much traveling. Okay, I'm going to take you guys on a timeline. So in February, I went to California with my boyfriend again to Disneyland for the Sweethearts Night. If that's your thing, if you love Disney and just love and pink, go. It is so much fun. It was when it was raining really bad over there, so the lines were really short and everything, but it's like it was so much fun. And yeah, so that was fun. And then I went to Texas again with my family. So much fun. And then I went to Hawaii. My best friend, he kind of made me because I wanted to go, but I was like, I don't know. He's like, no, I bought your shit. You have to pay me and we gotta go. And I was like, okay. And it was fun. I'm so glad I went. And kind of going back to my stepmom again, I think having her show me that California experience and just that there's other people in the U.S., the U.S. and just like states and how fun it can be, that was so much fun for me. And it showed me a whole new world. And then also with my best friend, he's showing me different places that I didn't even think, like California was fancy for me. And just like for him to be like Hawaii and for me to be there, like no, like none of my family has been. And it was such like a wow moment. Like I could, like I can do this like by myself. And I think going to Hawaii definitely changed a lot of the ways that, like a lot of my goals. Like I definitely want to travel even more next year. And that may not seem like a lot. Hold on. Yeah. So then we were there for a week and it was again like honestly like one of the best weeks of my life. Like I had so much fun. And again, it was just one of those things like, damn, like I grew up in poverty and just to have the opportunity to go there and be like, wow, this is attainable for me. Again, I work 2 jobs. I like to think I work my ass off and I do, like, I deserve to go, but it's still crazy to me because even in my family's good moments, they never have once been like, oh, let's, like, you know, because that's not something that they even thought about. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, it was expensive to go to Hawaii, but it also wasn't that expensive. And it's just crazy to me because that was literally 2 car payments and that's it. Again, which is a lot, but again, I work 2 jobs for a reason. And so just being able to do that as well. But yeah, so then afterwards I went to South Dakota in September. So that was a lot within the first 8 months. I haven't been on vacation since then. I think that's why I'm itching and like I need to go. But no, that is definitely like traveling this year has been just like so much fun for me. And just to kind of say that that's what I put into the universe at the beginning of the year. It may not seem like a lot of travel for some of you, but that was a big deal for me. Again, I've only been in California for 3 days before this. And then Texas. But again, like it was just crazy for me to be able to do all of this in 1 year. And I'm just excited for next year. But yeah, that was my goal this year. And I really think I hit it. I didn't have like, I need to travel this many times this year. I just wanted to travel. I wanted to prioritize it. And again, my best friend that I was speaking of earlier, he knew that goal. So I think when he mentioned Hawaii, he was like, no, like you want to travel. Like that was your goal. Like, let's go. And I was like, you're right. So yeah, that was some of my previous goals, my goals this year. Next year, I have more goals. Y'all don't come at me because I have goals and I don't care. But I think that these are all things that I've been doing that I just want to get serious about now. So it's not like before in 8th grade when I was like, I want to go to the gym every day. But I've never even fucking walked into a gym. No, this is different and I promise. My biggest goal this year is to focus on my health. Food, working out, because again, I got good with it. I ate good, but with turning 21 and all the sugary drinks that I've had and just all the bad food I've been eating. And because again, I eat good mostly, but still there's still things that I need to cut. I think things I need to cut out completely this point, not like, oh, moderate. No, you get fucking done. Also, just like being a lot more consistent with the gym. Like I'm decent, but I need to be better. I've been having just some health issues. So for a while, I think working out and eating healthy was just to look and feel good about myself versus now it's just to be healthy. And I don't want to have issues down the road because of my weight. But also going off of that, not even just taking, like, losing weight and eating healthy, just taking care. Like, I need to make sure I'm sleeping. I don't think it's going to be possible for me to sleep 8 hours a night for a while. But there's some nights, like every Saturday and Sunday, I maybe sleep 3 or 4 hours, and it kills me. And I think that I need to fix that, because those are two things that I'm like, no, I think I need to cut out. And I work, like I said, I work 2 jobs. And one of my jobs is for traveling and fun money. So I think at this point, if I can't keep up with my sleep and discipline myself, then I guess that means that I don't need that extra money for fun and traveling. But yeah. So my number 1 goal is taking care of my health, but also my mental health, like just making sure that I stay up with journaling, and just sleeping and allowing myself to take days off when needed. So that's my biggest goal, is to focus on my overall health. My second goal, I would say this is number 3, but I think it needs to be done before number 3 can happen. Quit buying stupid shit. I was doing so good, but then with Christmas shopping, oh my god, guys. Yeah, I kind of got carried away with buying stuff. I think I'm going to kind of cut myself off for a while. I don't need any new clothes. I just stocked up on winter clothes. So I think my new goal is, like, I'm done. I can't buy anything. I'll allow myself treats here and there. Like, obviously when I travel, I need, like, you have to have a souvenir. If you're watching this on podcast, I'm sorry. If you're watching this on YouTube, I want to show you some of the dumb shit that I bought. Okay. See, I wasn't even planning this. This shows how much I buy. Okay. I bought this little guy for $5 because I seen them on TikTok. Her name's Ursula. I can't remember her actual name. But she opens these, and I needed it, and now I think it's the stupidest thing ever. So yeah, there's one thing. I'll just show you 2. A Hannah Montana Funko Pop. Yeah. Only $5 at Five Below, but still just clutter and money that I could use on traveling. I think that that's just something that, sorry, one of my little mic hairs got in my mouth. Yeah, so I want to stop buying stuff because I don't need this. This is stuff that I end up just giving away and wasting money on, or that just gives me anxiety because it clutters up my room. So yeah, that's my other goals. I want to stop spending money on stupid stuff. I obviously am going to allow myself to have food, but I'm going to start with buying without things. I think it can eventually turn into a monthly goal where I cut it back on certain outings, like going out to eat at certain places. But for now, I'm just going to start with things. Like, I don't need to buy things. I'm good. I'm going to write a list of things that I'm allowed to buy. But I mostly just want stuff for my podcast and just filming in general. Talk to a few people about it. I really want to make a second YouTube channel with just different types of videos. But I need to buy just a new camera, but I'm waiting to see just certain things. But just other things, like I need a new adapter for my computer because this one sucks. And I need a new stand for my iPad. But just things like that. But other than that, like, no more buying shit. I don't need no more Funko Pops or no more whatever the fuck that dragon is. But yeah, so I think that's my second goal. I don't need anything. I've been... my friend, my best friend, I was telling him about this, and he says that he just tells himself the craziest things to not buy stuff. And I've been telling, I don't know if I can say this, but yeah, I can't. But, and it works. There's something that I wanted, and he was like, so-and-so's from there. You don't need that. And I was like, what? Like, why do you think of that? But you're so right. But yeah, so, That's my second goal, is no more buying stupid stuff. And I think that I've kind of made a goal with that, like a way to achieve it again, of texting him. Or I've been taking pictures. I used to do this and then I stopped. I don't know why, but I'll take pictures of things like, oh, that's really cute, picture. And then I've never ever gone back for anything, and I felt good about it. So yes, that's my second goal. I didn't really mention that really fast. My first goal, I think it's attainable. Like, a way to make it attainable for me is, I think it's because of that I'm scared. I don't want my health to be fucked up. I don't want to be taking, like, all these opportunities to kind of be taken away from me because of my weight. So I think that, and mental health, so I think that's another reason. So, like, that's, like, how to help me. Texting my friends and taking pictures is a way to help me save money. And then my third goal is to fucking travel. Or New Year's resolutions is to travel even more. I have a lot of travel plans in 2025 already planned. I want to go to, I think we're planning on going to Vegas, Cancun. If I say this stupid, I'm sorry, Punta Cana. And then I want to go to Oregon or Florida. I work 2 jobs. It's hard to get time off. So I think that's a good, like, it's a lot, but it's like a Vegas will be a weekend trip. I won't need any time off. Like, that's attainable. And I need to spread out them more this year, so that way I don't go crazy the last months. Because again, I haven't been on vacation since, I lied. South Dakota was in, July. So yeah, I haven't been on a vacation since July. So it's been 5, I think that's why I'm cranky. It's been 5 months and I haven't left anywhere. And in 7 months, I went to 4 different places. I'm like, this is crazy. Anyway. So yeah. And I think that I plan on doing this year by changing my direct deposit from my second job into a savings account that I have a 4% interest rate on, as well as $100 of my current paycheck into that savings account as well, and just kind of stack up that way, because that's my biggest priority. If I'm not buying stupid shit, I'll be fine. My bills are paid with all the other money. I'm good. But yeah, so then that's my third goal. And then I think my last goal is to be consistent with my podcast. I also want to start my YouTube channel, and honestly, probably I want to just next year. No, that way I have like time to kind of plan it up, and I don't know what days I'm gonna do. I might do Sundays and Wednesdays. I don't know. We'll see. But I think to be serious about that, to make sure that I'm consistently posting, because I've had a few people that don't know me follow me, and they've said that they've liked my videos, and it just means a lot. So if you're listening, thank you. But I think, yeah, the biggest thing is being consistent, because that's the only way that the algorithm is going to work for me. But also, I feel good. I like talking. So yeah. Anyway, those are my 4 goals this year. I think that last one, the only way I can stay consistent is that one. I think is going to be the hardest, because there's really no way for me to like, I do have people that text me and they're like, what, no podcast this week? And it makes me feel very shitty. So hopefully that will help me. But yeah, so that's my kind of just my little rant about New Year's resolutions. There's obviously a lot more in between. I talked about myself and kind of rambled this podcast. I did this a lot different and a lot less structured than my last couple podcasts. I'll show you, for example, this is my reframing failure notes. Really fucking messy, I know. This is my New Year's resolution. That's it. So again, sorry if you're watching it on Spotify and not YouTube, but yeah. So I think that this one was a lot different. I had a lot more fun with this one. But please be honest, if you know me personally, if you could just text me and be like, hey, that sucked, or hey, that was really good. Or comment. Honestly, if you comment, I'll love you even more. But yeah. Yeah, so I hope that you guys like this one. Again, it was different. I feel better about it, but I also don't know if you could watch, like, Bretman Rock, I could listen to that man talk for hours. But for me, I don't know if you guys like me that much yet. So again, just let me know if you like this, how you felt, as well as comment or just text me or whatever. If you know me, tell me what your New Year's resolutions are. I've been kind of talking to the people I love and seeing what theirs are just because, I don't know, I like it. Be like, what do you got up this year? Like, you're going to kill it next year. So yeah, just those two things. I promise, I will talk to you guys next Sunday night. Like, I promise. But as for now, thank you so much for listening and watching me this week. I love and appreciate you all so much. And I hope you have the best week. I hope you have the best holidays if you celebrate. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next Sunday. I promise. Mwah.